Hey guys, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you guys so much for following me on my shinobi journey. Secondly, as a reminder, even though I have been an anime fan for a very long time, I have never watched Naruto. However, because it's been out for so long, and because one of my best friend's favorite anime is Naruto, and because of the internet, there are just some things about Naruto that I already know. This is mostly like character names and what they look like, no real major plot points. However, it has come to my attention that I may know more than I think I know, but I don't know what these things are until they come up in the show. So, I apologize in advance if that bothers anybody, but we are just going to keep watching Naruto and enjoying it to the fullest. So, in the last episode, we had a little bit of filler in that Naruto was just trying to get to the stadium or the location of the final Chunin exam round thing. And he makes it there, and they're talking about all the people that are still not there, as in Sasuke's still not there, and the other guy that was killed by Gaara beforehand, but nobody knows it except for Gaara and us, and, you know, probably some other people know. They probably just have their super spidey ninja senses, can just tell. I don't know. And we had the start of Naruto and Neji's match. We did see a bit of Naruto's skill in that he's able to perform the shadow clone and not just like the regular clone, which somebody did tell me the difference in the comments of the last episode, so super appreciate. But yeah, essentially we didn't get very far. Neji still obviously feels that he's going to win, and Naruto is determined to prove him wrong, aka vow to win. And the only other thing that really stuck out to me, besides the Kazekage sitting next to our Hokage, which again I have to question, where are the other Kages? But besides that, the only other thing that I think is so interesting is that the Anbu Black Ops, Kiba noticed them around the little stadium area, and I'm curious because we know. And maybe the Leaf Village is just trying to be on high alert because of Orochimaru, because of Sasuke, because of all these other things. But also as an audience member who knows what the Sand Village is and the Sound Village is plotting, I'm hoping that that's a good thing that they're there, because I don't know. They're always before they were oh, tomorrow, or today's the day. And I'm just are they doing it today on this first day? What is going on? When are they going to attack? I'm so nervous. But it's gonna be okay, because we'll get there, I'm sure, eventually. But for now, we're gonna focus on the fight between Naruto and Neji, because I want to know how it goes, and I've been battling through all of my homework assignments just so I can reward myself with watching this fight. So, let's do this. Oh, Itaka-sensei. Let's just take a stroll over to Itaka-sensei, even though we're in the height of a really big battle that we want to watch and know how it finds out. Or is Itaka worried?
So his opponent is Neji. These final rounds are nothing like the preliminaries, as Naruto will find out, if he hasn't already.
Oh, why isn't Itaka watching? Or does somebody have to stay outside to guard everything else? Oh, Kabuto. Oh, did he just murder that guy?
Put on a good show, will you, Naruto? You know, I've got a tough job to do, and I'd like to be entertained while I'm doing it.
So he's taking out all the Anbu Black Ops so they can execute their plan without anybody noticing? Maybe? I don't know. Go all the Narutos! Reflexes are so good. You know, I see. He was practicing with Tenten the whole time. Maybe to work on his defense?
I can be fooled with a trick like that?
Potentially.
Conjure up all the clones you want. You can't hide from me.
Was that a clone?
You're the one keeping out of range for fear of my striking your chakra points.
Oh.
Like this. The more the
That makes sense, actually.
you stand out for holding back. You're the real one, aren't you? The match is over.
Yeah, right.
I told you it was pointless.
Don't give up. I agree with Hinata.
Oh, yeah? And I told you it was a mistake.
Taiko drums. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Ah! Kiba. Yes. Woo!
You thought I'd be too much of a chicken to attack you myself? Well, think again.
Not quite. Oh, that's new. Oh, daunting music. No, I want my taiko drums.
Did you really think you'd won?
Maybe not one, but at least stuck a punch.
Should have flattened him. But that was...
Uh-oh, is Dad getting scared?
That's one of Neji's special defenses.
Does Tenten, like Neji or something? She's always on his side, no matter how mean he is to everybody else.
The moment he senses an attack, Neji discharges an intense, focused burst of chakra from the chakra points in his body. Then, by rotating his body quickly, he builds up enough energy to not only block, but repel his attacker.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Even Jonin can usually only utilize chakra from a single body part at a time, like the hands or feet. But Neji's mastery of the Gentle Fist Taijutsu is so great that he can emit chakra from several places, warding off
So it's a taijutsu.
It's an ultimate defense, even more impenetrable than Gaara's shell of sand. Nothing can get through it.
She says that, but why do I feel?
But I thought only father could...
It's a secret ninja art. For generations reserved only for the main household of the Hyuga clan.
Oh.
But Neji has somehow discovered it on his own, incredible as it may seem. He's come far.
No one should be surprised. You haven't even begun to see his full powers.
Maybe she just really respects him. I don't know.
You're in range, and you can't escape my 8 trigrams.
Range.
Gentle Fist art. 8 trigrams, 64 palms.
That stance, it can't be.
Neji confuses me even more now that I'm watching this fight. Sounds like it hurts. But a part of me feels like this isn't gonna matter because Naruto is Naruto.
Have we been surpassed by this branch family?
Maybe. I feel like he wants... I have so many thoughts and questions and concerns.
Looks like it's over.
It can't be over. LOL. There he is. Get up, Naruto.
That Hyuga's Kekkei Genkai would find its purest form in this child of a lesser branch of the clan. A child banished from the line of succession. Truly, my brother, you've been denied what is rightfully yours.
I have questions about that statement.
Must be frustrating to realize how utterly hopeless it all was. This little dream of yours. You thought you could succeed.
You think one defeat is gonna deter him? Okay.
Hey, Hinata, what's wrong? You okay?
What a fool! I almost thought he could win. Naruto.
Why are you all counting him out so soon? Get up, Naruto. Do it for us! I mean, do it for yourself, but do it for Rock Lee! And Hinata. Let's not forget Hinata. Ah, there he is!
Bushy brow.
And Hinata. Eee. I didn't know they were gonna show that stuff. Yes, the power of friendship makes you stronger. Yay.
Come on.
Show him what you're made of.
Impossible. How could he?
I told you. I just don't know when to give up.
He sure don't.
It can't be.
It can. It's happening at this moment. Also,
Coughing up
I'm
blood.
very
What is it?
concerned about Hinata.
Oh, wow. You must still be injured from your match. Hinata, you gonna be alright? You need some water or something?
Let me have a look
Hinata.
at her.
No,
Who are you?
It's all right.
I know that
You can
voice.
trust me.
No, don't trust him. That is Kabuto.
I have nothing against you personally.
Huh, that's touching. You're gonna make me cry. Anyway, I've got...
The sass. The sass.
And here I thought you were Mr. Know-It-All. You don't remember what you did to Hinata, huh? The way you worked on her with your mind games? Tearing her down when she worked so hard to get here.
Never mind that. It doesn't concern you.
Hinata calling her a failure. All that stuff about the great Hyuga clan. Main household, branch families. What a bunch of crap.
Ha ha
It
ha.
doesn't give you the right to decide who's a failure.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you...
Don't worry. I'm a doctor.
I guess that's true. He does have those skills because his father. Okay, let me tell you my backstory.
Hatred. For generations, the main household of our clan has practiced a secret ninjutsu, known as the Curse Mark Jutsu.
Curse mark jutsu?
Curse mark.
The curse mark is the symbol of a bird locked in its cage. It's the mark of those who are bound to a destiny they cannot escape.
On his forehead?
I was 4 years old when the leaders of my clan branded this symbol on my forehead with their curse mark jutsu.
So that's why he has a grudge?
After many years of war, a peace agreement had at last been reached with the Land of Lightning, and they had sent the head Cloud Ninja to sign the treaty and join in the celebration. Everyone was there to welcome our old enemies. Every Genin and Jonin in the Leaf Village. Only one clan was absent.
The Hyuga clan?
Because this was the day on which the heir to the main household was to turn 3. It was Lady Hinata's 3rd birthday.
Is there something important about the 3rd birthday?
Her father, Lord Hiyashi Hyuga, is sitting up there. He and my father, Hizashi, are twin brothers.
Brothers?
He entered into the world first, so he is head of the family, the firstborn. While my father, His twin brother is banished to a lesser branch of the family.
I have questions.
Hisashi, it's time I took Neji under my wing.
Yes.
It was then,
What?
on the day the heir to the main household turned 3, that the curse mark was put on me and I was made a bird in a cage by my own uncle.
You and this clan of yours, what's the point of it all?
Seriously.
Family and a branch family. And this weird curse mark. What's it mean?
Yes.
Listen, Neji. Is your destiny clear to you? You live only to protect Lady Hinata and to preserve the power of our clan's main household.
Interesting. So he's supposed to protect her?
A threat.
Does he also have this curse mark?
Father, what is it?
Take your father home. I'll forgive the fool this time, but only this time. See that you never forget your destiny.
So, I'm confused. He knows all of this. He has a destiny.
We live with the fear that they will use this curse mark to turn our brains to jelly anytime they wish. Fear, that is what we live with. And we live with it every day. Only in death are we free of it. This is how the power of the Byakugan is kept sealed away. And of course, there are many who would steal it from us. That is why we exist. It is the purpose of the branch family to defend that secret, and to serve the main household, obediently and without question for eternity. That is our destiny. Or was.
Interesting.
Until that dreadful night.
It
They went too far.
was?
When
Did
they
they?
murdered my father.
I knew it. They killed him. So that's why he has a grudge against the main family.
And abducted Lady Hinata. Lord Hiashi quickly caught and killed the man. And who was this intruder? Stealing through the shadows in the dead of night? Wearing a mask over his face? It was none other than the head cloud ninja of the Land of Lightning.
Interesting.
But the Land of Lightning professed shock at this willful murder of their ninja. They claimed that the Hidden Leaf Village was in violation of the treaty, and they demanded recompense.
So they let him kill his father?
The Leaf Village wanted above all things to avoid a war. So at last they made a deal.
A deal?
A life for a life.
Ugh.
And so to avert a war, a man was killed. But not Hiashi. My father, his twin brother, was killed in his place. In order to protect the main household.
I have so many questions. So he's trying to avoid that destiny? Okay, this kind of you have a lot to process here. At least I have a lot to process here. So, first of all, if we start from the beginning, good on Naruto, like, just thinking through things and utilizing one of his clones to lure Neji into a trap. Super appreciated it. But, apparently Neji just knows the hidden arts of the main family. But the bigger chunk to digest is the last chunk. So now I think I understand the difference between the main family and the branch family. But I have so many questions, and I feel like I started to voice some of them, and I don't even know if I'll remember every question that I had. But here we go. So you have the main family who's here. And then you have the branch family that's supposed to protect the main family and its secrets. So that part I kind of understand. The curse mark thing is very sad because I mean, if you haven't noticed, it's hard for me to watch people who are suffering. So the fact that Neji's dad just looked so painfully like he's suffering. Well, I guess that too, like, I wonder what caused him to be so frustrated. Was it that he just didn't see Hinata's progress. Like, or maybe he just knew his son was better at it? Is that why he got angry? I have questions. But then putting that aside, like, Neji, maybe they'll explain this more in the next episode, but I'm still confused about Neji's intentions. He goes on about destiny and how it can never be undone and that you just have to do what you're told, essentially. I understand why he thinks all those things because of how his destiny has been predetermined since birth because of what happened with his father and his uncle. What I don't understand is, does Neji, because as much as he goes on and preaches about it, does he just accept that that will be his destiny? That he will just live to serve the main family, even though he has like this huge hatred because they killed his father? Yeah, that's like my main confusion at the moment, because like, does he not wish, like, I mean, again, he goes on about destiny, so does he just believe that's going to be his destiny? Or is he trying to fight his destiny? Or is he trying to show that he's better than some destiny? I don't know. I have questions. Because again, I get the explanation of the family history in the background, but I don't get everything else. At least not yet. The only other thing besides all this confusing destiny, family drama that concerns me is Kabuto working on Hinata. Please, please, please don't let him do something to her. Is he trying to get the family secret from her? Now that all that other stuff was mentioned, I have questions and I have concerns. Sorry. I'm assuming as we go forward with this battle that it's going to be mostly focused on Naruto and Neji, and then we'll have, like, again, those little sidebars of what's happening with everybody else. That's as much as I can process at the moment. So, thank you guys so much for watching and following me on this really stressful shinobi journey. And until next time, bye!